Hey everybody, I see two people here, and that's Patty and Joanne. How are you guys doing? Hi. Oh, can you guys hear that? There's like a and why does that always happen? Is that better? Hey Joanne. Hey Patty, how are you doing? Is my sound okay? Because I really want this to go smoothly. Because every time I do a thing live on YouTube, there's something wrong with the sound. There's something wrong with the video, but, is everything okay? Yeah, Joanne, everything's good? Okay. I'm glad I got to message you guys. Hey, Patty, I apologize for not messaging you before. I was so busy trying to get this ebook done, so I was like, "Oh, yeah, I gotta message Patty. I gotta message Patty." So I did. So I'm so glad you joined, Patty. And, by the way, Patty, the quotes that you sent me, those are so beautiful. You should definitely create a Facebook, page, and then, like how I started, you can start, posting your awesome writing too. Yes, it's very good, nice and clear, good. I'm just gonna wait for more people to show up. It's been a while. I haven't done a live since about 2 weeks ago, right? For about 2 weeks. I was supposed to do it on Facebook. I wasn't able to do it. I just had to I wanted to put all my effort into this ebook. For me, it means a lot to me. And I know because when you guys read it, when you actually download it. By the way, the link is actually in the description. Can you guys see the link? Can you guys confirm with me that you do see the link over there so you can grab your ebook? Hey, Kelly, you made it. I'm so glad you made it, Kelly. How's your trip so far? How's your trip so far? I was actually supposed to do it yesterday, but then I realized that there was a basketball game, so I did watch it, and I went to a Halloween event too, right? So I wasn't able to do it. So I'm glad I'm doing it tonight because Kelly, you made it. So uh, sorry, I got a phone call. Yes, you can see it. Okay, great. Don't forget to download it, guys. So 7,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I mean, when I first started, I just wanted to get 100 subscribers, but I knew that it was going to take a lot of hard work. Um, and of course, I always wanted to start off doing when I healed myself to help people. I wanted to do videos at first, but then I was thinking to myself, I'm not ready yet. I don't have the experience to talk to people and to speak nice and clear and not be so shy. And I got my practice right from I started writing quotes, and then after that, I started doing the live streams on Facebook, and then that in turn, I started to do my YouTube channel, and it's been 7,000 to me is every time it hits 1,000 guys, it's like I need to pop the champagne because I'm telling you, if you wanna start a YouTube channel, it's not easy, okay? It's not easy. But, I'm so blessed and so grateful that I able to get a chance to create my videos and put them out on this platform, for you guys to watch, and one of the series that I feel is very, very important is my anxiety and depression is not the end series, right? For anybody that is going through a very difficult time and you're going through anxiety and depression right now, that series is dedicated for you if you're dealing with it because the reason why I do what I do is because I was able to overcome my anxiety and depression, and I wanna teach others how they can do it as well. So, I'm missing a bunch of chat. Sai, good morning. How are you doing? Brenda, hi, how are you doing? Michelle, you made it, and Bean. Hi, Bean. Hi, Michelle, I'm glad you could make it. Shakur Arai, I can't see the link. Okay, you know what? It is in the description below, but I did make I'm going to paste it here. There you go, guys. Please download it. I spent a lot of time on it. The topic is about strength, and today's topic, well, while I'm talking today, is going to be about strength too, because it's just something that, you know, throughout our journey, we're gonna feel like we don't have that at all, right? So I do wanna talk about strength, but I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer for more people to come in. Patty, absolutely, but it's wonderful when you see it shared 1,000,000 times. That's yes, it's true, it's true. Hey, Narita, you made it. I'm so glad you made it. Narita. How are you doing? I did message you, Narita, because we're running out of time, and I was trying to message as many people as I can to come join me, but I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you for sending me a message on a holiday at the minute. Oh, sweet. You're on a holiday? I need a holiday. I think, Kelly's on a nice holiday too. Well, hopefully it's a holiday, but I think, Kelly, I hope you're having a great time with the time you're out of town, right? So, yeah, and, yesterday I did go out to this Halloween event, so again, I apologize for not being able to do my live. I really wanted to do it, and I wasn't able to do my Facebook live streams, and it just seems like I haven't seen you guys for so long, you know? I'm so used to doing it, like, once a week to talk to you and stuff like that, so I felt like there was a part missing in my life because I was posting and I was replying to your comments, but it's not the same when, you know, I'm able to be here live to talk to you, right? So just saved it to my phone. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, so I think you do need a Google account to download it, but if you do, I mean, most likely you do have a Google account, right? So, if you click the link, you could download on your phone, your laptop, your desktop, you can bring it everywhere you go. I know Sai, she tells me she reads it like, you know, every time before she goes to bed, right? Right, Sai? And then when you wake up in the morning, right? And that way again, the more you read these positive affirmations, the more you're going to start to help yourself up here in your mind, right? To help you start thinking differently because, you know, it's just very difficult when your thoughts are all over the place. And, you know, the one thing that we do most is we especially when you're not doing anything and you have that time when you're sitting down and you're on your phone or you're just not being productive, your mind just starts to spit out all these things that, you know, went on through the day, went on through the week, you know, and then you start thinking about your future, and then that's when, you know, that tree of negative thoughts starts to grow, and then you start to get a little bit lost because it starts to be really cloudy, right? And, you know, by training your mindset with, like, reading my quotes or reading anyone's quotes or even watching, you know, inspirational videos or, you know, you find an influencer somewhere on social media, that's all gonna help you, right, retrain your mind and get you to think a little bit, you know, get that up here, that engine moving, right? Tina Faith, good evening. Glad for you to join. Don't forget to there's a link. I posted a link there, but if you don't see the link, there is a link in the description below to download your free ebook, which is 50 quotes, right? 50 quotes that I promised. And hopefully these quotes are going to help you realize, like, guys, if you're going through something really harsh right now and you feel like you're just about you wanna give up, right? And, you know, the hardest part is when you get to that point where you tell yourself, "Oh my gosh, you know, I don't even know why it's worth, you know, taking those steps or why it's even worth trying anymore because, you know, every time I feel like I'm trying, I don't get anything out of it." Right? It just feels like you're just walking on this treadmill and you're going nowhere. You're taking all these steps, you're going nowhere, right? So, but, you know, the most important thing is you need to strengthen your mindset, guys. From Australia, Shakur. Shakur, oh man, I'd love to go Australia. You guys know I talk about Australia a lot. I'd love to be there right now because it's starting to get a little colder, here in Toronto. The winter is coming, the fall I love fall. If you guys are experiencing fall, I know, Shell, you do, right? Where you live, the trees are so beautiful, the color changes. Helen, hello from Pennsylvania? It's not Philadelphia, right? Pennsylvania. I think it's Helen, am I right? Pennsylvania or Philadelphia? Philadelphia and Pennsylvania are in the same place, right? Man, my geography is so bad. Someone help me out here, PA. Sai, yes, love to read it every time. Love all the words on your ebook. Oh, I think you're gonna like this one too, Sai. It's about strength, and that's today's topic, right? So we're going to talk about strength. And Christina just came on. Hi, Christina. How are you doing? Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh. Where did I get Philadelphia from? Oh, I was right. Pennsylvania. I was right, Helen. I was right? Pennsylvania. I gotta remember that. I gotta remember it. You guys are teaching me new things. As I hopefully I'm teaching you new things as well, right? Because you know, there is so much in life that we need to learn still, right? And you know, and I you know that quote wrote where I say, you know, don't be afraid if you feel lost because, you know, we're all going through a journey and, you know, we're all still learning because it's the truth, right? And that journey that we're going through right now is just mainly trying to find our happiness, right? Just trying to get to a place where we can finally feel peace and then we can finally be, you know, feel what joy is like, you know, just to live with a free peace of mind and a happy heart, right? And that's why I talk a lot about, you know, loving yourself and taking care of yourself and, you know, doing all those wonderful things to yourself, because the more you do that, the more grateful you are for your journey and the more you appreciate yourself, then, you know, you will start to accept the great things that the universe is going to give you, right? Because you are just mentally prepared and you're just, and your frequency, your vibrations with, the universe's vibration, positive stuff, you guys are going to connect, and that's when all the good happens, right? That's where the magic happens, right? Patty, Illinois, lots of colors. Oh, I love Chicago, right? I love Chicago. Chicago's great. Except they beat us yesterday. They beat our Toronto Raptors. I was so angry because it was not a good game, but I love Chicago. I love Chicago. David, hey, David, glad you could join. How are you doing, David? Where are you from, David? Don't forget to download your free ebook, okay, David? The link is in the description below. Um, and I also posted a link there. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. But don't forget to download it. Patty says, "When I was in Tennessee taking care of my auntie, it was such an honor." Oh, man. Tennessee's I heard was a great place too, right? Kelly, Helen, I live an hour north of you. Ooh, you guys live close. You guys live close. Christina, love the microphone. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I got this red microphone. I got my red shirt. This is the shirt I put on when it's like a special occasion. I won't I might wear it on my birthday actually, which is, by the way, coming up, in very soon, on November 11th. Some of you guys know that it is on the 11th, which is 11/11. So I do, you know, wish everybody a happy 11/11 day because it's like they are angel numbers, and, you remember on that day, I want you guys to make a wish, okay, on that day because, that's when, you are going to be aligned with the higher spirits, and then you're gonna be able to make that wish, and hopefully they will come true for you, okay? I'm from the UK with Joanne. Oh, just the UK, that's great, that's great. What time is it there right now? I think you guys are a couple hours after us, right? Like 12 AM? Is it? I don't know. I'm sorry. Is it somewhere like 1 AM with there or 12 AM, right, in UK? Yeah, we whooped. Right, so okay, so guys, like, if anybody's going through something really hard right now, and I'm gonna talk about strength because without that, I wouldn't have been able to get to where I am today, right? And a lot of that where I got that from, where I saw it from was, again, if you guys know about my relationship with my mother, during that time I was healing myself, or not even before I started healing myself, I saw that in my mother, right? And I'm so blessed to have someone like her in my life, be there, um, and when I saw her, like, there every single day with me, like, from morning to before I went to bed, I was like, "How does she do that?" Right? How can she take like, if you ever been in the same room with someone with severe anxiety or severe depression and just tried to be with them for 1 hour, it's hard. It's hard to try you know, to connect with someone that's so broken, right? And, that's why I wasn't able to, have that relationship with my wife, and it was starting to fall apart because she couldn't understand me, and I was like, "You don't understand me because you don't know what it's like to have anxiety and depression," right? And that's how we started to separate, but obviously, she's my mother, she wouldn't do that to me, but I saw what she was doing every single day, like, she would give up herself just so that I could be sh she could see me get better, right? She never gave up on me, she was there, and, she would make me meals, she would make my kids meals, she would just do everything possible, okay? And when I saw that, I was like, "I need to be like her." I've heard her stories about when she grew up here in Canada or even before she came to Canada, about surviving, right? Getting, like, her house burnt down, like, when she was, like, 10, right? And my grandfather lost everything, right? Lost everything. So she had to sleep on the streets, right? And she had to and my grandfather passed away when my mom was 16. So she had to live with my grandmother, and my grandmother had to raise her and, her 2 other siblings, and it could have been 5. I mean, my mother lost 2 other younger brothers, right? So she had to go through that, and just listening to that story and watching her prove her strength in front of me, I was like, "I need to be like that." That's why I talk about how my mother is my number 1 inspiration because, and of course, she brought me up well, everything I learned, like, with who I am, like how you see me today, like being kind and caring and loving people, trying to help people, that's from her, right? So that strength rubbed off on me, and I did whatever it took, right, during that time of healing, um, to use that strength because I forgot what it was like. Chat, um, David, 23:40. Okay, okay, so 11:40, so it's almost midnight, right? We got Nesha. Hi, how are you doing? I'm from South Africa. How are you doing in South Africa? I heard is this summer there? I think it's summer there, right? You guys are all from warm places, except for I know Chicago's not warm because you guys have the same weather as me, right? But it is fall here, and winter is pretty harsh. In the East Coast, right? Chicago, New York City, New York, and you guys are gonna receive Boston. You guys are gonna receive that same weather. And where are you from again, Shell? I can't remember, but you guys get the same weather as we do too, so you guys know what it's like to have really bad weather. Sai, you're on the other side, right, in the Philippines, right? You guys have really hot weather, I know that, and I'd love to be there right now. So again, with strength, it's just, we are going to go through, many chapters in our life, right? And not all of them are gonna be good, right? Not all of them are going to be a place where we can enjoy happiness for a long period of time, and it's so weird because it just feels like when we do feel like we have that moment of happiness, it just feels like it's never as long as those chapters that are bad and ugly. The dark ones are the ones that seem like they last the longest, right? So that's why I always talk about, like, when you are going through a time and hopefully you're going through a period in your life right now where you are happy or where you're starting your new journey or you're discovering about, I'm gonna do what I'm on my new path to becoming the new version of myself or the new you, you know, embrace all those moments and, like, and cherish every single, moment of that day, right? Because this is what you've been fighting for, to be happy. So if you're in a place right now where, maybe you've have overcome anxiety or you've overcome depression, you just started loving yourself, embrace this moment because we all know that at one point in time, this chapter that's happening right now, there will be an end, right? But hopefully, like, when a chapter comes and just say if life does throw you something and you're just like, "Oh, man, just when I thought everything was good, this happened," right? At least you know that you were able to experience happiness. You do know that you can find a way to be happy again, right? So this is all about learning, right? And when that moment comes where things don't turn out so well, at least you know that you were able to overcome a dark chapter before. You were able to become happy for a moment. So you're gonna go through another chapter, and it might be dark, but you're gonna be that much stronger, right? You're gonna be that much you're gonna just know more because you learn from your past experiences, right? So, you know, everything that we go through in life is an experience. This whole journey that we're going through, our life, our story is like from beginning when we're born to the time we leave is all about an experience, right? And, hopefully your journey is going to consist of a lot of beautiful moments and wonderful experiences, right? But we also have to look at the experiences which, taught us how to become stronger, right? I look at it my journey as, "David, how have you been? I've just got back from holiday." "Oh, you got a holiday too, David?" With Joanne, we went to see my daughter. "Oh, that's awesome. That is great." Wait, David and Joanne, you guys know each other? How are you doing? "I've just back from holiday with Joanne. We went to see my daughter." Or you're just telling her that you went to see your daughter, it's 6:40 here in the morning. You know what, I was like, "I wonder if Sai is awake," but I'm just gonna message her anyways because some people wake up really early, and I think, Sai, you're probably one of those people, right? But watching your son are you making breakfast right now? Because I'm starting to get a little hungry here. But again, like, with that strength, I during that time when I was living through that anxiety and depression, I realized how weak I can become, right? You can probably realize that at one point in your life, how weak you can become, that you had forgotten, after everything that you've been through, that you've forgotten how strong you've been, right? So I literally lost the sense of who I was, and that's what my anxiety and depression did to me, because again, I talk about how there's this voice that comes in, and it just feels like it's not you talking to you, like, it's like you're listening, but it just doesn't sound like you talking to you, and that's why I felt like I was these thoughts were coming from a different entity, right? That it wasn't actually Roger speaking to Roger. It was just, you know, somebody that I didn't invite into my house, and it's lecturing me day in, day out, right? And I just couldn't and I couldn't just my life just became a wreck after that, right? And it made me believe that I wasn't able to, have the strength anymore to to go any further, right? And that's why I felt like my life was pretty much over because it was like, there's no way I'm gonna ever be happy again. My family's falling apart. My wife is gonna leave me, you know, so many horrible, horrible, horrible things, right? But again, with my mother beside me every single day, she kept reminding me, "Roger, no matter what happens, you're gonna get better. No matter what happens, I'm always gonna be here for you. No matter what happens, have faith and always have hope because like, she reminded me every single day that tomorrow could be a better day. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. She kept telling me, "Tomorrow, okay? Don't think about your past, right? Don't think about your past because everything that happened already you can't stop yourself anymore from slipping on that ice and hitting your head, right? You cannot stop that because it already happened. So you have to face it. You have to face it, and you have to do whatever you can to overcome it, right? This is your challenge, right? Do you have enough strength, right, to beat this, to go through this adversity and beat it, right? And finally, find yourself on top of the mountain so that, you can achieve, all the great things that you wish you want in your life, all those things, right? Instead of just cutting them off and telling yourself that, "No, I can't do it. I can't do this. There's no way ever I'm gonna be this." That's just yourself, you know, harming yourself. Right? You're stopping yourself from getting to the next level. Like, all these negative things that your mind is telling you, right? Or maybe you feel like you're creating for yourself, in which I believe that I was, right? Life is a journey, Patty, yes, it is. It is a long journey, but we have to really, look at it, and again, I talk about those experiences, right? But we have to also tell ourselves that every single day is important. Every single day we have to realize that the moment every minute that we have, that ability to make choices, a decision, right? What do we wanna do? And how productive are you during that day while you're awake, right? And then I say this a lot, like, if you have a goal and your mission is to become a better version of yourself, okay, then this is so important because this is the one thing I thought about every single day during my healing process. I kept thinking about that, and I wanted it so bad. I didn't like, before I decided I wanted to heal myself, I kept thinking about the old version of me, right? That I wanted to become that Roger before my accident, before I had anxiety and depression. You guys know that, right? And, once I stopped thinking about that old version of myself, once I stopped thinking about my past, and I start to let go of all that, because that was the main reason why my anxiety and depression got so bad, because I couldn't accept the fact of everything that happened in my past, and it put me to where I was, at that moment, right? And then when I flipped everything around, I said, "Wait, Roger, you're going the wrong way, right? You're going backwards. You need to go forward, right? So what are you gonna do every single day while you're taking those little steps to make that reality become happen for you, right?" Hey, Nihal, how are you? Nice seeing you too. I'm so glad you could join. Oh, Joanne, you guys live together. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That totally makes a lot of sense. All right. I was like, "I think you guys know each other because you got in the UK same time." Okay, perfect, perfect. And so, yeah, and going back to the whole journey, Patty, um, we really have to really soak that into our mind, telling ourselves, we don't wanna get to a point at our life, especially at the end when you know that it's your time and you're I mean, like, some people are in the hospital bed right now, and they know that they're not gonna make it for tomorrow, right? And they're looking back at their life, and they're saying, "There's so many things that I could have done. I should have done this, I should have done that." And you come up with a lot of regrets, right? So, you need to try to do whatever you can so that you have less regrets. Right, I know it's like you might think that, "Oh, I got lots of time," right? I got lots of we all do that, right? Especially when you're younger, You're telling yourself, "Oh, I got tons of time." But then when time flies and you get to the point like, "Oh my gosh, how did 20 years pass?" Like, absolutely thought I would be able to do all these things, but they never happened. Right, and New Year's is coming up, so you can start with your New Year's resolution right now, but we don't always have to tell ourselves, like, "Oh, wait, I'm just gonna wait till next year and I'm gonna do it," right? Because most likely what's going to happen is when New Year's happen, a whole year is gonna pass by and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even do what I wanted to do," right? So, if you have that mindset of, like, you wanna become better every single day, like, every single day is a New Year's for you because it's like, I've got to prove to myself that I can get better. I can prove to myself that I can become great. I can do so many great things. Like, everybody has that ability. You have that ability to do great things, right? It's just a matter of you telling yourself and believing that you can. Once you start telling yourself that you can't do this, you can't do this, there's no possible way they can do it, but most likely I can't, that's already you telling yourself like, shutting the doors. Right? And then throwing the keys away and just say, "I'm never even gonna bother because I'm just not made like that. I'm not made like that person." Okay, some people do have special talents, special ability, you know, they are physically stronger or whatever the case may be, right? But that's what makes us unique. Everybody is different. There's not one person on this planet that is exactly like you. Maybe they might look like you, right, or act like you, but they are not exactly like you. Right? You need to find out what it is that makes you unique, right? And once you start comparing yourself to other people and other people's lives, the faster you're gonna figure those things out. And again, going to Patty's "Your life is a journey," this journey is going to help you figure what those things are about yourself that you need to figure out, right? Like, for me, for example, like I thought I knew what I wanted to be, especially when in my early 20s, right? I tried singing, I tried acting, like, there were bits and parts of my through my journey that it seemed like that was where I was heading, right? But again, I went through a lot of success and a lot of failure, and after failing, I just thought that, "Hey, you know what? Maybe that wasn't for me." Until I slipped and fell and went through anxiety and depression, that's when I figured out and it was a tough journey, guys. You guys heard my story and everything that I went through, right? That I found out what my passion was. I found out exactly what I wanted to what I was here for, right? What my purpose was, what I need to do every single day, right? And you might be at a point in your life where you're like, "I still haven't figured out what my purpose is. I don't know who I am," right? But I you have to tell yourself you have to trust your journey, okay? Not everyone is gonna figure it out, in their early 20s or in their 30s or in their 40s, maybe, in your 50s or even in your 60s, you're gonna figure it out, but, at the end of the day, when you figure out what that thing is that you love to do the most, that is the most important thing, right? Rita, oh, Nihal, that's right, Rita. Sorry, Rita. Hi, Rita. Oh my gosh, I gotta remember that. Oh my gosh, thanks for reminding me, Rita. I'm so glad you joined, Rita. And I know you were busy in your kitchen, but I was like, "I need to message Rita. I need to message Rita." So I did, and thank you for joining. We heard Kona. Oh, she's probably you know what? I actually wanted to bring Kona here again to show you, put on a Halloween outfit because she has, like, all these costumes. And by the way, Shell, I love Bean's costume the other day. He's so gorgeous. But if she comes here in this room, I'll bring her and put her on my lap for you guys to see. We have to be there for each other, definitely. Keep moving forward one foot at a time, for sure. Kelly, I have to run. I will watch the rest of it. All right, Kelly, thanks you for joining, and don't forget to download your ebook, so when you have time, you can read it, okay, Kelly? I will see you on my next live, which will probably be on Facebook. Again, thank you so much for joining, Kelly. See you soon. One thing I don't want to do is say I regret. Not me, absolutely. I'm 65. 65 is still young, right? 65 is still young. And, there are going to be moments in your life where you're gonna think that, "Hey, you know what? Maybe this is me," right? And then all of a sudden it's like, "Okay, maybe it's not," right? But then we have to look at your whole journey as a whole. Did you actually have enjoyable moments? Did you have moments that you can cherish, right? Or did you have happy moments? Did you have experience that you can look back and say, "My life wasn't great at all times, but I can say that I did still have a pretty good life," right? And I think that's the most important thing that you knew you were able to discover what love was about. You were able to, love yourself and look back at all of wonderful things that life was able to give you, even though you may not have been able to want everything, that you thought you would have, especially in your younger ages, right? When you're thinking, "Oh, I wanna be this, I wanna be that, I hope this happens to me, I wanna travel the world, I wanna be this," and then those things don't actually turn out the way you want it to, but along that journey, you were still able to experience many, 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 many things, right? Bean is quite the character with and without his outfits. Oh, I know, I could definitely tell by his photos, man, that he is absolutely hilarious. So is Kona, man. She's just been barking at everyone, and I'm like, "Should I even take her out?" She's crazy. Just be the best you can be, and that is so true. You just really have to, and that's where I realize, how important that that part of you just trying to be the best you can be, and, loving yourself is one of them is absolutely the most important thing besides learning how to focus, because when you start to realize that, maybe I'm not that person, maybe I don't have what that person has, maybe I'm not as successful as that person, but as long as you know that you are trying. Right, and a lot of people forget about that they are trying every single day, but it just doesn't seem like they're at that place where, they can be happy about their achievements, right? Then they kind of get a little bit, discouraged, right? Because you're just like, I'm trying, but heck, man, when is it going to happen? And I'm tired. And, for some people, because they have forgotten about their strength, they decide to give up, right? But you just have to remind yourself every single day, "Hey, you know what? I've been through a lot already, and I know somewhere in the future, I'm gonna have to continue to remain strong, right? Because this is what life is about, to teach you to become stronger for every single chapter that you're going to face, right? But at the same time, you're going to be able to learn about yourself and learn about how, like, no matter what, how hard it is. Like, I had to go back and look back at everything that I went through. I even had to go back and listen to my mother's stories at one point in time during my healing process and say, "Roger, look what your mom went through, right? She was homeless, she left, China to Canada without anything, but she had to survive." There are so many stories out there, and I did this as well, right, that are less fortunate than you, that they are just have, like, if you looked at their life, you're like, "Thank goodness I'm not them." Those stories. I had to look at those and say, "Roger, like, what are you complaining about?" Right? You have, like, almost everything, right? You just need to focus on those things that you should be grateful for, and then you could start from there. Because once you start to realize that your life isn't that bad, then you can say, "Well, I'm gonna start from there," right? So if I have great things in my life, but somehow, my mind is just telling me that my life is horrible, I need to fix there's gotta be something there that I have to fix, right? That imbalance, right? And that's where I learned that, I have to start going in here. I have to stop looking at what's happening in front of me, right? Because everything that's happening in front of me, my environment, is all happening because of what's going on in my mind. Right. So that's why it's so important to strengthen your mindset and do and reading and watching, like, all that content that you're going through on your phone or on TV and what you're listening to on the radio and all that, it all comes together as what are you the importance of what are you feeding your mind? What are you absorbing, right? And because like, if you're watching the news all day, right? Just listening to world issues and you're listening, "Oh, the world is this, people are so bad and blah, blah, blah," then obviously you're gonna think that this world is a crazy place and, that people are crazy and, why am I even bothering, this life that we live in is horrible. That is just how that's going to brainwash you to think that way. Right? But once you start to literally that way and just not focus on all that stuff, that bad stuff that's happening, and you just focus on what you need to do to start creating a more beautiful world inside your mind, right? Then you're gonna start to your perspective about everything is going to change, right? Before I thought, when I was going through my anxiety depression, before I had anxiety depression, I loved people. I loved talking to people, going out and all that stuff. I was just so intrigued about people's lives and stuff. But then once I started to hate myself, I started to hate everything else, right? I hated people, you know this, I hated the world, I just hate, and it was, like, so dark, right? And I had to eliminate that from my life because I knew that it was affecting everything around me. That's where I started to see my family fall apart, right? Because I myself, I was falling apart. I was breaking down, my life was just so dark, and I just couldn't see the light anymore, and I stopped believing in the light, right? Patty, one of my is no matter how many times you knock me down, I'm always gonna get back up. That is so true, right? That is, I have a quote that says that, right? No matter how many times life knocks you down, you're always gonna get back up. No matter and it's so true. It is. You just have to realize that and remind yourself that is going to happen. And because you know what? Because, like, deep down inside, even though you wanna give up so bad, and I just put this quote up a few days ago, like, something deep inside you is not going to allow you to give up. Right? You know how hard it was for you just to be on this planet? That you were the one that actually made it here to actually come here to live the experience because you're strong enough to live it, and I just posted that on Instagram or something today about you, or was it Threads, about you you know, having the strength. Life is tough, but you have the strength to live it, right? And it's true, right? And I know it's difficult if you're going through a really tough time because it's just like, "Why me? Why is this happening? Why do I have to go through this again?" Why I'm just sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of this because I'm never going to find my happiness. I'm just never going to, no matter how hard I try, right? But just remind yourself that whatever you're going through right now is just something that is going to teach you to learn to become stronger. That is the whole point of this whole experience, and we don't know how long this chapter is going to last for you, right? But it can be much shorter, right? If you decide to take the time, the given time you have on a day, on every single day to work on yourself, right? That means to start, loving yourself and doing all the things that are going to bring joy and happiness into your life, right? That's what changed me, right? Like just simple things like putting on clothes that make me feel like, you know, I'm, ambitious or feel positive about myself, like, it's just that simple. You can put on a bracelet, you can, get a new haircut, you can, like, do special things, It could be really, really small things, but as long as it brings you joy, that's what counts, right? What is it that brings you joy is going to change everything. Right? Instead of hating your life and saying bad things to yourself and, telling yourself that you're gonna fail and you're never going to succeed and words are, as Bruce Lee says, word it's called spelling for a reason because it's like a spell, right? You are basically saying things to yourself, but you're also casting a spell on yourself, right? And as you're doing that, you're harming yourself. So if you wanna start saying good thing when you start to say good things to yourself, and you start to do good things for yourself, then that is you, loving yourself, right? And realizing that you need to do all these positive things. If you want a positive life, you're gonna have to do positive things for yourself, right? I don't watch news, Roger. Perfect, 'cause I don't watch news either. The only time I watch news is when or hear about news is when someone tells me, "Oh, did you know that this is happening?" Or I see an ad, or I'm flipping through, like, something, and then I see something, world issues, but that's the only time. But if I see anything, whatever, I just, like I really don't have time to think about that because I only have time to become a better version of myself, so I need to the content that I read and watch or whatever has to do something with me, so that tomorrow I can look back and say, "Yeah, today I do feel better. Today I feel like a little bit different than I did yesterday," you know? Joanne, that's what I've been trying to do, love myself. I've been going out on the beach looking at the beautiful things all around, and that is amazing, Joanne, because that is going to help. I know sometimes you go out there, you're looking at the beach, and it's tough at the same time because, you're trying to absorb that, but at the same time, your mind is telling you all sorts of things, but it is helping, right? So, can you imagine yourself doing that? I don't know if you can go to the beach every single day, but if you can, like, kind of, you just have to keep that momentum going, right? It's all about and you guys hear me talk about it a lot, right? About, like, that consistency of trying to get that engine running in your head to make you start believing, that things are going to get better and that this world that we have is a beautiful place, right? You are doing the right thing, Joanne. Just continue to do it, and, I can't say when it's gonna be where you're gonna finally tell yourself that, "Oh, finally, I reached the top of the mountain, and I understand what this light is and all that stuff," but it's going to happen if you continue doing it, right? And, I'm so, happy that, I'm able to connect with you because, I really do want you to find that, it's important to me and to get for everybody here that's going through a really tough time, that's why I do what we do, because I really believe that everyone deserves to be happy, right? And it's just I read so many comments and messages, and I really feel it, when people tell me their stories, and it's just that I really wish that I could really be there for that every single day, just to guide them, to tell them that don't give up, just like, this darkness, I felt it, I was there, I know what it's like to be in a place where it just feels like you just don't wanna see tomorrow anymore, where you just don't wanna push any further because you just kept giving up, right? But I learned that, if you just work on yourself every single day and you strengthen that mindset of yours, and then you start believing in yourself, and you start believing that, there is a bright future ahead of you, and that you can be successful, and that everything that you've always wanted can become your reality, right? Once you can start to picture that and you start believing in it, it will be a part of your reality. You can live that life. You can see the light. You can be happy again. You can have all of that, right? And I just want people to that's why I work so hard. Right, and because I made that promise to myself, right? When I was in that darkness, I told myself that, "Hey, you know what? If I can heal myself completely, I want to share my story, and I want to prove to people that no matter how dark it is," and I know every story is different, but if you are in some sort of darkness and you don't believe that there is a light out there, right? That there is another side, this beautiful place that you can be in, right? And I hope some people I've been talking to have been there a year ago, right? And just recently, I've heard people tell like, they message me and they're like, "Thank you so much, Roger. I am on I have learned so much about myself because of you. I've learned so much about life. I understand now what your mindset is, I've never been happier." Well, I don't know if they said that exactly, but but they're telling me that, they realize that your life can change. Once you start to make those decisions, right, that you have decided that, "Hey, I had enough. I know I now believe that I do have the power to change my life," right? And if you have been able to learn something, and some of you have been following me for more than a year, like Shell and Sai. For Hana, she's not here yet. You guys know, right? Like, I'm so happy when someone comes up to me and tells me that they have found their new purpose, like, they've actually discovered who they are, right? Yes, and I remember that it rains on and just and unjust, Patty. And Joanne says, "Oh, I did I that's what I've been trying to do." Oh, I read that already. Patty, you can speak things into existence. We have to be careful what we say, and it's true, right? And that's all about manifestation. That's about the whole law of attraction. You guys know about that already, right? About the law of attraction. We do have to be careful what we say. And this is very important too, especially when you're dealing with someone, when you're talking to someone face to face, or not even face to face, messaging someone, for example, right? It's how you approach that person and what you say, because there are so many different ways you can say something to someone, right? And they can interpret it like something completely different, right? Like, if you were to say something to someone, but you didn't mean to say something to harm them, but they can look at it and say, "What did you say to me?" Right? Even one emoji can make a difference in a text, right? That's why the whole thing about spelling and how to spell, it really is true, right? So think about that and what you say to yourself. What are you telling yourself every single day, right? Are you saying harmful things to yourself and making you actually feel worse about yourself, your self-esteem is so important, right? Are you lowering your self-esteem by the things you're saying to yourself, right? You're telling yourself that, "I believe in myself, I'm amazing, I will be successful, I will be healthy," you know? I can only think about positive thoughts. I can be this, I can be that, and it's all positive, 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 positive. It is going to change your life, right? And if you guys haven't heard about Innertune, the app I talked about that affirmation, please download it if you haven't tried it yet. Don't worry, I'm gonna put the link up later on my Facebook page. And it's about listening to those affirmations every single day. Right? Because a lot of us don't know that we have we are like, the universe is a receiver or we are a receiver, right? And there is this connection that we cannot see. It's like Wi-Fi, right? So these thoughts that are going on in your head, the universe is listening, right? And the more positivity that's happening in here, the more your world is gonna change, the more you are going to change, because it's just how this connection, this law of attraction works, right? You need your water, Roger, your throat is going scratchy. You realize that you already you know what? Right before I started, I actually forgot. Actually, I just reminded myself before I pressed the record, go live now button, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot to bring my water. I forgot to bring my coffee." But you are right. No, the other night I spoke for, I think no, I don't think you lasted the whole thing, but I did talk for, I think, 2.5 hours, right? And you should listen to my voice. It was, like, worse than this. I couldn't talk, but I'm okay. I'm good, I'm good. I don't wanna leave. Last time I left to grab Ipona, but I won't do that today. I'm fine. Thank you so much, though, for reminding me, buddy. Just grandma checking. Thank you so much, Patty. I love you so much. Yeah. So if you guys have joined, if you are joining and just remember that there is a link right there that you can download. Have you everyone here download your ebook? I just want to make sure because I did put a lot of effort into it. I do want you guys to download it. So sorry, I can't be able to make it done by Shell. Who's leaving? Sai or Shell? I didn't catch you, Shell. I think Shell's here, but Sai, are you leaving? Well, yeah, I'm glad you joined. I'm glad you joined, Sai, because it's always a pleasure to have you here, and Farhana's not here, she's usually here, so, um, yeah, so, I this whole thing about strength is really key for anybody that, has come to a point where you feel like you have given up, right? Because giving up is not an option, it really isn't. And again, as I was talking about earlier on the live about, there's something deep inside us that doesn't allow us to give up. We do have that tendency to think about it at least, right? Whether it's your job or whether you're working on something and you're telling yourself it's not gonna become a reality for me, right? We are here. Okay, Shell's here. Helen, I received my ebook. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're very, very welcome, Helen. I can't wait for you to read it, the entire thing. I was thinking of how I should design it, and the first thing I thought about when I titled the book called Strength, I thought about us climbing this mountain, right? Trying to reach the top. And the theme is about mountains, and I think it turned out great. Let me know what you guys think about the book. But I hope that this ebook is gonna remind you about your strength. And if you do feel weak at one point, um, like maybe even tomorrow, even after listening to this live and whatever, open that ebook and just read everything that it tells you, okay? It's going to remind you how strong you are, okay? And going back about giving up, guys, giving up, even with this whole, when I first started writing quotes, um you guys know that I gave up, right? There was a moment in time I gave up, I didn't write for about almost 3 months, right? And I was telling myself, "Roger, what are you doing? What are you doing? You have to keep going no matter what because, you just never know." Like, even like I said this last live, like, even if I help just one person, isn't that good enough, right? You don't have to look at helping a million people right now. Take it one step at a time, right? You promised yourself and you said you're gonna try to heal as many people as you can, right? So I was like, "Yeah, you know what, Roger, you gotta keep writing. You have to," right? And this happened about, like, 3 years ago, maybe about t well, maybe even 2 no, about 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I said, "Forget it, I'm not gonna write." And I didn't even and I actually had 2 pages, right? I had Roger Lee quotes, and I also had this, a group. You know, I created this group called, I think it was called, Pow Quotes Power Quotes Power. I think, Shell, you might have known about that. I think it was called Quotes Power. So I was focusing all my quotes on this group called Quotes Power, and I wasn't posting a Roger Lee quotes at all because I did, but I was, like, getting 1 like, 2 like, and I was like, "Okay, maybe I should just post on Quotes Power," because I was getting more people seeing my stuff there, right? But then I started to tell myself, "Wait a second, though, but you did create Roger Lee quotes, right? And this is entirely you know, it's you, right? This is you. You want people to be like, these are quotes written by Roger Lee, and he has this story he wants to share, right? And you want to let people know that this experience that you went through is all written in your quotes. So start posting on Roger Lee quotes, right? Instead of Quotes Power, because Quotes Power is just this group, right? I have to check up I have my checkup because lately I'm struggling with asthma. Bye for now. Bye, Sai. Hopefully everything goes well for you. Please message me after, Sai, and hopefully everything goes well for you, and have a super fantastic weekend. I know I was just letting you know you need some water, baby. Okay, perfect. And so again, right, so I just kept pushing myself every single day, right? And if I just imagine, guys, if I didn't do that every single day, if I didn't push myself every single day and I stopped writing, like, the past 2 years, you wouldn't have seen anything from me. I wouldn't have been able to create my YouTube channel, you know, I wouldn't be doing all my live streams, I wouldn't be doing all the you know, all this stuff that I've been doing to help everyone, right? That would not have existed, right? So that's why you know, living through that experience about, you know, telling yourself that you're not going to be successful, but what happens though? What happens if you do continue to push moving forward, continue to believe in yourself, right? And to believe that things are gonna work out for you eventually. If you have that mindset, where is it going to lead you, right? And because I started to teach myself to think that way, I started to start to see things, you know, come into my life. They actually became my reality, right? That's why hitting 7,000 subscribers was a big deal for me, right? Because it's like, just even from 6,000 to 7,000 is a huge accomplishment for me. Huge, right? I'm not looking at 1,000,000 right now because that's way up there. I'm not even looking at 10,000 subscribers right now. I'm just looking at, you know, that hard work that got me to reaching 7,000 subscribers. That is where I look at. That's the number is nice, yeah, 7,000, but I look at the journey from 6,000 to 7,000. What did I have to do during that time to get from 6,000 to 7,000, right? Was it worth it for me to do everything that I did, like, post on my page and ask people to help me, you know, subscribe to my channel, doing my videos on my channel to get people to watch it? Yeah, it was absolutely worth it. Right? Even those days when I was at that time when I injured myself, I still did my podcast. I still did my episode on anxiety and depression at the end, as I was in pain while I was filming myself, but I knew it was gonna be worth it, right? Patty, but after you have one, I just feel so good and you wanna help another. Awesome. Thank you, Shell. Feel better, Sai. Everyone loves Sai because Sai is such a beautiful person. You guys are all beautiful people. That's why I love you guys so much. Right? You guys most of you guys here, the people that I see have been here from the beginning. You guys have been listening to me for 50 minutes, and I appreciate that so much. I really do. You know, I did post, on my Facebook page that you guys can see my ebook, but they haven't showed up, but they'll probably come watch it later, so I'm not too worried. I do want to, however, hope that as many people as possible can read my ebook. Again, you know, I truly believe that give me a second, it is my son calling. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Hold on, I'm gonna talk to my son. Hello? Yeah, can you call mama? She's downstairs. Okay, thanks. I'm going live, so I can't pick you up. Okay, bye. I forgot to message him because he's at work and he needs to get picked up, so but luckily my mother is here, she's always here. She made us dinner. She comes here and makes dinner, and she's so sweet. She, like, does everything she can possibly to it is part of happiness too, right? 'Cause my father passed away 13 years ago, I think, and, one of the things that makes my mother happy is to be here with us, and to be with her grandchildren, and that makes her and cooking makes her happy, right? And that's something I need to learn how to do, is to learn how to cook, because I think and if you guys if you guys are one of those people that wanna learn how to cook, try it, because I heard great things about, like, cooking can actually make you really happy, right? Like quotes by Patty Owens. Yes, Patty can write quotes. She sent me a whole bunch of beautiful things. So Patty, if you create a Facebook page, I will let people know. I will like, when I do my live stuff, I will help you with your page, okay? Because you have some beautiful stuff, and I love people to share. And Kaylee was here last week. She's a beautiful writer too, and, I'd love to share your quotes, her poems. They're just beautiful stuff. There's so many talented people, so many people that can do so many amazing things, right? And I think the beauty of it is that when you ta I think, Shell, you can write too, right? Because I remember you wrote up some stuff. When you could tap in there and pull those things out into your life, and if it can bring you that joy like I was talking about to make you happy, then it's so worth it to do it, right? Because now, who would ever thought that, me, like, writing quotes was my passion? If you told me that 10 years ago, I'd be like, "Are you joking me?" Like, I wasn't even one of those type of people that read quotes every day, right? I would be like I would read it, I'd be like, "Yeah, that's cool," but when you start to understand the meaning behind the quotes, and when you start to tell yourself that, "Hey, you know what? This whatever this is written here can actually change my life." Wow, you appreciate quotes so much more, right? And that's where I found my passion, was because I knew that, because it helped me, it healed me, right? So if I am able to write my own quotes, and it was tough for me when I thought about that at first, because I was just like, "No way can you write quotes and help people." No way can you heal people with writing, but it healed me, so I was like, "There's gotta be a chance. There's gotta be a chance that I can actually heal people," right? So thank God I had that mindset, to push myself forward, to so that I can get my content up and to help all of you guys. Yeah, I can write it. It has been a while since I have written try it again. I have written several hundred pieces. Oh my god, you have several hundred pieces? You have enough to put together a bookshelf, and if you do, I would love to read it, right? So, message me some stuff. I remember you sent me some stuff. I was very, very, I was very surprised because I was like, "Wow, these are so beautiful. You definitely have to share these," right? Yeah, so wow, it has been a crazy journey so far. The past 2 years it was just something that I've never expected, right? Like, looking at back at the time when I was healing myself to who I am today and what I've accomplished so far, you know, with CASETiFY, one of the things that happened to me this year was, doing my phone cases. Like, you guys seen it, this is, like, one of them. I have one of my quotes on my phone. So, it's with CASETiFY. If you guys don't know, I have my own phone cases with CASETiFY. They are a huge company, and, I'm just honored to be able to actually be a artist for them. That's a huge accomplishment. Who would have thought that I have my own phone case? I mean, and with Inatune as well, I am, you know, helping them with, this amazing app. You guys must have heard of me say it many times, about this app that you can listen to these affirmations every single day, right? So a lot has happened this year, except for my injury that happened not too long ago, which I have recovered, right? That really knocked me back a few steps, and, it was just something stupid that I did that I can't go back, obviously, and fix it, but I told myself every single day, "You're going to get better. I don't know when it's gonna be, but as you're healing yourself, as you while I'm in pain, still work on yourself." You might not be at 100%, right? But at least if you are working on yourself every single day, you are still, you know, have that mindset that you wanna get better every single day, right? So now I can start working out again. One of the things I love to do, trying to get my strength back because I lost a lot of strength from my left arm. Um, I had so much trouble just lifting, my usual weight, and that was very discouraging because, my mindset was telling me, "Yeah, you can lift it," but my arm couldn't go past, I couldn't lift it, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I have to start all over again." Right? Starting all over again or feeling that you have to start all over again is, like, one of the worst feelings, right? But if you have a strong mindset, you tell yourself, "I gotta keep going no matter what." I just, remind yourself of how strong you are, right? And do not give up. Do not ever, ever give up, okay? They are short stories. I've written about 20 books. Everyone says getting published. They are short stories and quotes. You should, you can definitely do, a lot of people are doing, it at home, and they're self-publishing it, and they're putting it out there for people to read it. They're just ebooks, right? Or there's libraries. There's, like, online libraries you can do. So, maybe, Patty, you could start doing that, that could bring you so much joy and happiness. You just never know, right, where it can take you. Like, for me, I didn't know where writing one quote, or writing one quote every single day could take me, but I believed in what I was doing, and I believed in myself, and the most important thing was that, it brought happiness in my life, and, I woke up every single day feeling that I was going to help someone, right? And that just made me so excited about life and so excited about wanting to, you know, do many, like, great deeds, right? That's one of the things I love to do is just to be compassionate and show that I care for people and help people along their journey to make them realize that, everyone has that choice to make that decision to make changes in their life, right? One of my books just called Pieces of a Woman. Share that with me, Patty, 'cause, I'd love to share to other people who Oh, Norita says, "Thanks for the ebook, Roger, love it." Alright, Norita, I'm sorry I missed that. Yeah, I don't know if you're still Norita, are you still on? So I missed that, so you're very, very welcome. Thank you so much for downloading it, and thank you so much everyone for being here and listening to me speak again. I don't know when my next live is, but most likely it's not going to be 2 weeks, because I know 2 weeks is a long time. It just feels like there's, like, this gap that just feels like it's missing in my life, right? So I need to do my lives, but again, the reason why I wasn't live on Facebook and I didn't do a live last week on YouTube was because I was working so hard on this ebook because I had to get it done. So thank you again, everyone, for coming here on my live and downloading my ebook. It did feel like a long time. It did, right, Shell? It felt so long. Like, even last week when I thought that I was going to do my live stream, it already felt long, right? And, I'm so glad that you guys were able to come here. Not everybody showed up, but, you guys did. You guys are the super loyal ones. Um, Shell, you have been here for me since I don't know, you weren't here from the beginning when I first started, but you've been most of it, so and you've also been I had this, series on my Facebook page, right? Was it Facebook? Called Inside no, sorry, it was, RLQ with You, right? And Shell was actually my first guest, and what it is that, I interview, um, people that are following my page, and because everyone has their own stories, right? And I bring them on my live, and then we just talk, and we had a great time, right, Shell? You actually came on twice, right, Shell? You had a roller coaster ride, Shell? Oh my gosh, you can tell me more about it on IG. I love to hear it. Yeah, it was Facebook with my old page before it got hacked. Oh, man, yeah, I remember that. Man, luckily you got it back, but we should do that again, Shell. For anybody that does wanna have, me to interview you, if you have a crazy story, or not even crazy, but if you have going through a hard time and you just wanna tell people about your life story, there are other people out there that are going through something that you're going through right now and need to listen to other people's stories, right? So if you do, I'd love to have you on my show, and I can get the show started again, right? It's been a long time, right, Jill, since I did my last one, because I have, like, so many other things on my YouTube channel that I've been focusing on, but I'd love to bring that show back on my Facebook page, and get people to listen and tune in to, you know, people that are following my page, right, and have experienced something dark or, like, currently or in their past, they have overcome it, right? So I would like that, and I am off this week of Thanksgiving from school. Oh, yeah, that's great, and, people in the States, you guys have Thanksgiving in, November, right? We had ours, 2nd week of October. We had our Thanksgiving already, so happy Thanksgiving to anybody that's living in the States. Uh, Hopefully, you guys are gonna have a super great meal. And definitely, if I don't do a live next week, I am definitely going to do a live, for my birthday, right, on November 11th, so hopefully you guys can make it. It's going to be a special day, not because it's my birthday, but because it is 11/11, right, so, it's not until you guys have it at the end of November, okay, alright. Maybe I'll do another live on Thanksgiving for the US because I know you guys there's so many people in the US that are following my page, right, so it'd be a great time to do another live. 4 days before Bean's birthday, perfect. We're gonna go on live, and we're gonna celebrate Bean's birthday too as well. One kind word can make a world of difference for someone's day. It can, it definitely can. Even one small gesture, or even opening a door for someone, or saying thank you to someone, or even one hug. Like, have you ever gone up to someone and just hugged them for no reason? I remember after, I healed myself, I went to get my hair cut. And the barber there was so nice, and I just went up to her and I just hugged her for no reason, and she was so shocked, and I told her, "I love you," and she was even more shocked, and she was just she just glowed because she was just like, "How many people do that?" Like, just go up to a complete stranger, you just hug them and you say, "I love you," right? So imagine someone did that to you. I know at first it'd be strange, but just to know that there are people out there that have that. You know, that they show that kindness exists, that there is kindness in this world, right? That there are beautiful people, right? So, um, absolutely, Patty, my motto is to do one good deed a day, and that is so true, right? Like, even, like, that one good deed and even if you do a good deed to someone, have you ever opened the door for someone or you said thank you, but their response was nothing, or you open the door and you're just hoping they would say, like, "Thank you," but they would just, like, not even look at you and whatever, but, I do it anyways, right? Because I just tell myself that either they've been having a rough day or they've been going through a lot in their life, or maybe just some people just don't say thank you, right? It's them. But there are many other people that the next time you open that door, someone's gonna say thank you, or you're gonna change that person's day, right? It's crazy what one small thing can do to really affect someone, right? And if you can bring that positivity and just give a little piece of it to somebody, right? It just, reminds them, it could be even it's just a small thing, but it can remind them that as they're driving home or whatever, they can remember that, "Hey, you know what? There was someone special today that did something nice to me today, and I should, think about that more often," right? I do that too, and then I say, "You're welcome and have a good day." Perfect, right? See? I've been doing it ever since I was a kid. It's just something my mom told me to do because my mom would do that all the time, and I was like, I need to start doing that, right? So and my kids do that too, right? It's just part of their nature, right? Just to do that, and it's just one small act of kindness can not only affect you, but again, to someone else, right? Oh my gosh, Farhana, you finally made it. You know why you came late, Farhana? Because usually I start at 7:30, right? So if you I messaged you though, Farhana, that I was gonna start early because there's a basketball game later and I don't wanna miss it. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna start a little bit early today. But Farhana, you made it. I did mention you early, right? Farhana, Patty, if you haven't seen Farhana yet, she has been with me, man, I don't even remember from the beginning probably. So she is absolutely phenomenal person and beautiful person. So Farhana, I love you so much. Thank you for joining. Oh gosh, happy Saturday, everything. I think you met everyone. Happy Saturday to you. And remember, guys, you have a super fantastic weekend. Um, I know for some of you, hopefully that the past month hasn't been so too bad for you, but take that time if you're not working this weekend, just remember to just do whatever you can to just enjoy the time that you have for yourself or with a loved one or whatever, and just try to do it and to be grateful for every single day that you have to live. Like today you're alive, so gotta be grateful for that. And then just work on yourself every single day. That is like the most important thing, right? This past week was all challenging. I see there, like Michelle had like again, you had a roller coaster of a ride, right? It's crazy. And remember when I was talking about earlier, beginning of the chat, how you're at a moment where you feel like, oh, everything's going so well, then all of a sudden, like, what the heck? Like here it goes, right? Going up that roller coaster, and then I'm gonna have to go down. right? And that's just that's what life is going to do, and you just can't stop it, because you just can't control that when it happens, right? But remember, you do have the ability to control, how you feel toward what's going on, what life has thrown at you. What are you gonna do every single day? That you do have control of. Like, it could rain as hard as you can. You don't know when the storm's gonna end, but you can control how you're going to react and what you're gonna do during that storm, right? Behaviors at school. Oh, behaviors at school. My favorite shirt for Hana, you know what this is? You know that this is my special shirt. I wear it on my birthdays, and I do wear it on special occasions. Even when I walked into my daughter's room, she was like, "Daddy, you're wearing your special shirt." And I was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm doing my, I'm celebrating my 7,000 subscriber on my YouTube," and she started laughing. So she already knew that it was my special shirt. So, it is my special shirt. So thank you for recognizing that for Hana. I thought I was the only weirdo who did that, just hug people for no reason. No, man, Patty, that is such an absolutely amazing thing to do. I need to do that more frequently. I spend a lot of time at home. Uh, I don't spend enough time going out, because I'm always working, so, but when I do, I am going to think about that, and, I'm just gonna hug someone out of the blue, and they'll be just like, "Whoa, that was weird," but it's just the reaction that it feels amazing. Some people might not look at it as they might look at you and just say, "Whoa, what are you doing?" Right? But some people, you'll be surprised that they're just like, "I needed that hug so bad." Right? There are so when was the last time you hugged someone for, like, 30 seconds, right? Like, I have a quote that said, "1 hug is worth, 1,000 words," because, like, when you hug someone, you don't really say something usually all the time, but that hug just means so much, right? It just, like, if you hug someone, they could be thinking about all the things that they're thinking about that's making them sad, and just because you're holding them, embracing them, can help them release some of that. That inner pain that I talk about a lot, that hug is part of that healing process too, right? So it really is. It really helps, right? I'll catch you later. I'm off to sleep. Good night, Roger. God bless. Oh, Joanne, you're still here. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Good night, and I will message you later, and I will see you on my next live occasion. Take care of yourself, and don't forget to go on that beach again, because I would love to go on the beach. We have beaches here, but I need to go there. So good night, Joanne. Have a great sleep. Blossom. Hey, Blossom. How are you doing? Rita, are you still here? Shell, I only like hugs from certain hi, Blossom. How are you doing? I only like hugs from certain people and my kiddos at school. Oh, you get to hug your kids at school, so you do get a chance to hug every single day, and well, I do hug Kona. I do hug Kona, so sending hugs to you, Roger. Thank you so much, Farhana. I'm so glad you joined, Farhana, because I was just about to leave, and then I was just like, "Oh my gosh, Farhana hasn't come yet." So she's gonna be like, "Oh, I was waiting," but, I'm so glad you joined. But I will stay for a little bit longer because I know Farhana's been waiting. It's been 2 weeks, Farhana. Can you believe that I haven't done a live? It's me, Chi. Oh, Chi. Hey, Chi. I gotta remember that, Chi. Got your Blossom on YouTube. Blossom on YouTube. How are you doing, Chi? How's your weekend so far? Is this Sunday morning for you right now, Chi? I think it is, right? Joanne, thank you. God bless. Good night, Joanne. Love you so much. Yeah, I was just about to head off, but I'm going to stay on a little bit longer because I do want Farhana Farhana's like last time I did that to her, she came online, she came on right at the end, and I was like, "Farhana, I'm leaving now." So I felt so bad because she waited for so long, so, I'm going to stay doing 2 it's Saturday morning. Saturday morning? It's Saturday yeah, so where are you from again, Chi? Saturday morning. Saturday morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Oh my gosh, the weekend you know what? The weekend does come by so I mean, like, it's, like, already, like the weekend to me seems like it's almost over, but I gotta think it just started because, there's so many things I still wanna do. Oh, and I do still have to do my podcast, guys. Do you remember my podcast? If you haven't remember, I have a podcast, called Your Mind Matters, and I talked about this 2 weeks ago that I was doing it, like, soon, and it still hasn't happened. Because again, this ebook took me some time to do, so I apologize that it's not out yet. I actually did anxiety and depression is not the end instead, but I will work on it. I don't know if I'm gonna have it to the time to do it this weekend, but there's just so many things I still wanna do, right? So, bear with me. I'm gonna get all these things done, I promise you. Where is Kona? She is downstairs. She might be in my daughter's room right now. I You wanna see her, don't you? If she was closer, I will go get her, but I don't know where she is. Sending love to Kona. I know you guys love Kona. You know what? I was actually going to bring Kona on my lap today, but again, I was running out of time, and I was just like I sat down, I pressed the record button, I pressed the go live button, and I was just like, it's 6:30, I gotta go online, so I didn't bring her on right now, but if she comes by, I will bring her on my lap. You look great in red, ready for Christmas. I am ready for Christmas. I actually think I wore this for Christmas. Farhana, do you remember if I did? I did wear it on no, I did wear this for Christmas 2 years ago, I think. So again, this is my shirt that I wear on special occasions, so because today is a special occasion, it is my celebration for 7,000 subscribers. I'm wearing red. My microphone is red, and I am prepared. And my birthday is coming up on November 11th. If you guys all know that, right? So I'm probably not going to wear this shirt because you've seen it already. I'll put on a different shirt. But it is November 11th. I'm going to be doing a live. Most likely, it's going to be a Facebook live, right, guys? So, and if that's going to be my one live, and then I'm going to do another live for Thanksgiving for you guys, whoever's living in the United States, and then also for Bean's birthday, which is like 4 days after that. Right, Shell? Bean's birthday. I have your birthday written down in my planner. Thank you so much, man. That means so much to me. Thank you so much. Uh, oh, I'm just thinking about Bean right now in his costume. I gotta show it to you guys one day, or you could all visit Shell's page. Shell, you should put your Instagram account on the chat if you can, so people can see how cute and adorable Bean is. He's so adorable. He's absolutely adorable. I love him so much. But, um, who's still here? Is Rita still here? I'm just wondering. I know Sai left. Sai has left already. 2 years ago in your birthday hot pot dinner, you wore this red shirt. See, even for Farhana remembered. Oh, yeah, I did that. It was a YouTube video, right? Was it live? I don't think it was a live, but I did a hot pot. That's Kona barking because someone's home. Maybe my son. Yeah, I did wear this shirt. Yeah, I did. You have a really good memory for Hana. For Hana remembers my birthday always. She's you guys, you guys are so super amazing. So, yeah. So hopefully, for Hana, I feel bad because I have to go now. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining and celebrating my 7,000 subscriber. For Hana, don't forget to download your ebook. If you The link is in the description below. Um, you'll see it, and then you'll open up, and then you can download it, and then you can read it wherever you go. But, remember, guys, my next live is going to be most likely on my birthday. Or usually ask if they mind if I hug them. The response is usually, of course. There you go. A good thing too is I'll also ask them too, because if you just grab them all of a sudden, they'll be like, "Whoa, wait, what's going on?" Right? So there you go. That's a good thing to do. Ask them first for if they want a hug, and there you go. And if you do that, give that hug, that special connection is so valuable for the both of you, right? So, but you wear a too, special tickle too? When you wear I try to get that for Hana. I didn't understand that, but yeah, so my next live is going to be on my birthday. I can't believe it. So I still remember when I did my last birthday, when I was in my car, if you guys remember that, right? When I actually cried, because I hit 1,000,000 followers on my birthday, which was, like, super crazy. And then my daughter showed up, on my live, and that made me cry. But that was a special, special, special day, and it's already been 1 year already, right? And it's just crazy. So, on my birthday, I hit 1,000,000 subscribers, and on my birthday coming up, it's at 1.75 million now. So, during that 1-year span, like, I gained 750,000 followers on my page. So that is just absolutely incredible that, I just would never have imagined that my page would have grown so quickly, and, like, that there's just so many people following me, but I'm grateful and I'm so blessed, because the more people that follow me, the more I can share my quotes and posts and help as many people as I possibly can, and that is my mission and my goal, right? And my purpose, right? To help as many people as I possibly can. Bye, Roger. It's 1:45 AM here off the bed. Good night. Good night, Dara Nakisha. I'm so glad you joined all the way from the beginning. So, read my ebook if you can, right before you go to bed, if you can. I'll see you next live. Um, it's under Patty Owens Cahill. Spectacle that you wear on your eye. Oh, my glasses. Are you talking about? Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. I was wearing my glasses. I don't know why I was. I think it's because my contacts ripped, I think, or something like you do have a really good memory, though. I remember I was wearing my glasses at the time. Oh, it was because I didn't have contacts. Yeah, that's right. I do wear contacts, by the way. I was wearing my glasses for about a month, I think, because I had to wait for my contacts. So, Farhana, you have an amazing memory. Okay, I will see you soon. Garanisha, Garanisha. I will remember that name is so pretty, so beautiful. Take care, Chi. Sure, not sure if you see my message above. I saw it now. I see it now, Chi. I see it now. So I you guys are so amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys go because I have to go eat, and then I gotta watch the basketball game. But I thank you again so much for coming on my live, especially for those that you. I mean, Patty was here all the way from the beginning. You were there even before I started, and Rita was here before I started. So thank you again so much. I am going to see you on my next live on my birthday, on November 11th. And hopefully, I will be able to do my podcast, episode number 2. And it's going to be talking about your about loving yourself, how important it is, and why it matters, right? So, please read my ebook. I'm so happy that you guys have it in your hands right now. And if you still trying to figure out how to download it, there is a link on the description below. Just click it, and it will automatically load up on your phone or your iPad or your desktop, whatever you're using. Okay, so, guys, take care of yourself this weekend. Have a super amazing, amazing weekend. Don't forget, love yourself. Take care of yourself. Focus on strengthening your mindset as much as you possibly can. Hopefully, this live, I have brought some positive vibes for you and to get you going, for the rest of the weekend and for the upcoming week, right, guys? Because it's so important to get that again, to get this working, to get this momentum, working in a very, very positive manner so that you can start thinking positively and you can start thinking how positive your life can be, and that you can if happiness is the one thing that you're finding for, that it's going to be a reality for you, right, guys? Take care of yourself. Advance happy birthday to you, Roger. Thank you so much, Farhana. Have a great rest of the weekend, Roger. We love you, and Kona, hugs and love from Tina and me. Thank you so much, Shell. So thank you. So I will see you guys. Everything Farhana, Shell, Chi, Sai, Rita, Patty, Kelly, who showed up earlier, Joanne, who showed up earlier. Was it David who was here earlier? Who else? I'm missing so many people. Uh, Jennifer didn't show up today. I didn't see Jennifer, but everyone that did show up, and Garo and Nisha that was here. You're amazing. Don't forget it. Thank you so much, Farhana. You are amazing. You guys are all amazing because you guys are so much support, every single day, and that's why I love you guys so much. So I will catch you next live. All right, guys. Remember your mind matters, and I will see you on November the 11th. All right, guys. Take care, guys. I love you guys so much. Bye.